episode of the Untitled Chapter Beer Review Season 3, and as I said, the first week is going under the name Wheat Beer Week, and it goes together with the Wheat Beer Challenge I made up. And for my part, for my entry, first one is this beer. It's called the Blanche de Bruxelles, or the Brussels White Beer. I've never tried this, so that's why I wanted to do this little challenge. This way I can try some wheat beers I've never tried before. It's from Belgium, obviously, judging by the name. Yeah, you've got that famous mannequin piss statue figure, the urinating boy, and it's 4.5 ABV, and it's fairly light beer. That's why I wanted to run this little wheat beer week, because it's summer finally. Thank God. And wheat beers are generally taken as nice, refreshing kind of beers, not too heavy, not too thick in mouthfeel, too heavy in alcohol. Nice combination, leaves you nice and refreshed, and they're fairly spicy as well. This one's actually brewed with coriander and curacao, it's not the most famous wheat beer, which probably would be Hoegaarden, in my opinion, but it's brewed by the company Lefebvre. And they make a whole range of beers that I've actually seen around Montreal for sale, and it's supposed to be quite good beers. So it's not entirely the most famous brewery from Belgium, but it's certainly one of the claimed ones. Yeah, for people who like Belgian beers. It's not a Trappist or Abbey kind of beer, but it's more general public, common kind of beer. Anyways, let's get reviewing with Blanche de Bruxelles and check it out. The front label says Blanche de Bruxelles, white beer, beer blanche, same thing. 330 ml and 4.5% alcohol by volume. It's quite reasonable for Belgian wit. That's the small label on top, the bottleneck. Reading the back thing. Set up chilled between 2 and 5 degrees Celsius. Brewed according to the 6th generation of brewmaster. There's a white beer and it lists all the ingredients in the beer. There's water, barley malt, wheat, which is 40%, hops, sugar, yeast, coriander and curacao, so it does have some spices in it. And it's brewed by Brasserie Lefebvre, which is brewery Lefebvre, in Queyras, I don't know how to pronounce it, Belgium. And it's actually just south of Brussels, so it's pretty close to the capital. So I guess it deserves to be called Brussels White. That's about it. Just says best before date. And looking at the cap, it says wheat beer, white beer, and same thing in 2 different languages, apart from English and Dutch, and French and Italian. That's about it about the packaging. So for the glass, I'm finally going to be using my Hoegaarden glass again. So I've never actually used it once after I did my Hoegaarden review, but there's always a time for it. Eventually it'll come. Took off the cap, and let's give it a pour. Well, this is foaming quite a bit, so I guess I have to wait a little bit, but so far it does remind me of Hoegaarden in terms of its colour. It's a very kind of hazy, light yellow colour to it. Yeah, cloudy, and some small bubbles coming up. Kind of reminds you of like lemon juice, or more like pineapple juice, or anything with pineapple usually. And the head's kind of creamy, in my opinion. It's kind of, it's nice and creamy and frothy, but too much at this point. But it shouldn't be too much of a problem. And of course I'll have to leave a little bit on the bottom of the bottle to shake it up and have all the sediments on top. Looking good, looking really reminiscent of Hoegaarden actually. That's why I wanted to use this glass, because it's probably pretty good. But there are other ways to serve this beer. In fact, I've seen the official glass for this beer. It's more of a Pilsner lager kind of glass, but it's kind of frosted, so you can't really see the texture of the beer. Okay, so stir it up a bit, and whoa, that's a huge head. but it's settling down kind of. It's kind of tempering down. So, as far as the aroma goes, now that's where it comes quite different from Hoegaarden. It's a different kind of smell. I'm definitely sensing a lot of lemon kind of notes. Less orange, more lemon in my opinion. Some pineapple even. Very fruity. A bit sour. I don't know how to explain it, but kind of it smells sour. You get a lot of wheat, obviously, because it's a wheat beer, and you also I can also smell some spices they use, maybe cacao. But overall, it's quite different. But it's quite appealing so far. Let's give it a try. Cheers. This is wonderful though. I'm very impressed with this actually. The head's very creamy, so when you dive into the beer, it doesn't really, some heads can set you off, but this one's nice and creamy. And then the beer is so very fruity and very refreshing as well. It's like drinking juice with mixed with beer or something, but it don't really mean that in a bad way. It is so fantastically fruity in a very, very good way. Maybe I'm serving this a bit too warm. I mean, it's still chilled, but it was over for a few moments. I think maybe it would be even better, pretty much ice cold in this case. But it's not like Hoegaarden. You get less of that. You get a bit less hops. Still, I can still taste some dry malts. A bit hops as well. Definitely a lot of wheat, loads and loads of wheat. Less kind of orange peel, more coriander and maybe lemon. The finish is nice and mild and nothing bitter, nothing too sweet. The sweetness kind of moderate. I mean, it's probably a bit sweeter than Hoegaarden. Very natural tasting though. Like I've noticed some local Quebec beers, the cheaper ones. This style of wheat beer is kind of popular. You can find a lot of breweries trying to imitate the style, but in many cases it tastes like a bit like artificially. I don't know. Not very appealing. You can drink like a pint or something and then you start feeling this chemical kind of taste. But this is quite lovely. It doesn't taste anything like that. It's wonderful. I didn't expect too much of this beer actually. I mean, it certainly looked nice and everything, but didn't expect it to be amazing. But so far it is. Anyways, I'll get back to you in a sec. But this is one good beer, that's for sure. Wow, this is an amazing Belgian wheat beer. I'm fairly shocked actually. This is certainly a well found beer for a welcome back kind of wheat beer, because I haven't had wheat beers for a while now, and this is certainly bringing me back, all the good things about it. I might prefer this over Hoegaarden actually, because it's got more of a individual kind of character. It's more tart. You get loads of lemon, less kind of orange peel, and the coriander, which are kind of staple flavors you get in Belgian wheats, which are still great. I mean, but it's more individual in that very creamy head. You get some all the way through. Not much lacing, but it's decent. You also start getting some apple or pear notes as you drink more of it, as it kind of warms up, and it's certainly, it's a bit lighter than Hoegaarden as well. So could be more refreshing, could be less of a butter kind of thing. And all in all, it's just a wonderful. I can't find much wrong about it. So I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 5 or a 9 out of 10 in the new grading system I'm going to use. So yeah, that does it for this first episode of this wheat beer challenge, wheat beer week, third season of my beer reviews. I'll see you guys later with another wheat beer soon enough. Cheers.